I have a story for all of you, a very live story, but it's still suspected whether it's really a cybercrime or not. And it all started based on website called Rare Rabbit, and yesterday it was supposed to be delivered, but there was a technical glitch from the tech team of that delivery system and delivery boy, and they today made me to do a few repayments. And initially I started expecting, but the language, the numbers, the way they were talking, it looked genuine to me, and I just followed them. But later on, I just thought that no, I must stop here. Otherwise, I may regret later on. And then I just have shared a few of the sources about the link and all the details. Till the now time, I just have been assured that there is nothing to worry about. And it's Sunday, so Rare Rabbit customer will be available tomorrow, Monday to Saturday. So you can just call them, and then you can have all your queries resolved. So today's till the time somewhere I'm just believing that this is not a kind of cybercrime, but still the cybercrimes which generally takes place, it happens similarly. They just made people to believe that uh, there is some system failure in payments, or there is a kind of technical glitch, and people just sometimes get swayed into their words and they just got into hot water. By the time I'm sure that it must be 90% a genuine thing. 10% I believe that it may be a suspected, but uh, to know the further detail, you will have to be stay tuned with me. Till now, let's plunge into a very vibrant meeting, and for that I will start with a quote, and for that I'll take a few seconds to share my screen. And I hope now my screen is visible. Is it? Anyone can confirm it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you so much for the confirmation. And if you think you know it all about cybersecurity, this discipline was probably ill explained to you. And this quote I just came across on the Google when I searched about the cybersecurity thing. And I think today is the day I must share this particular quote. And I again wish you all a very scintillating evening and welcome each one of you at the 89th meetup and online meeting of the Toastmaster Club of Lucknow. I'll start with our club mission, which is to provide a conducive, supportive, and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Talking about general directions for online sessions, ensure that you are logged in with your correct name. It will help us to identify you easily. All speakers, role takers are requested to add the name of their role next to their name. All the guests are requested to prefix guest before their name. It can be done by clicking the participants tab to rename yourself. Know when your camera is on and avoid doing any activity that may distract the speaker. Please mute microphone except when it's your turn to speak to avoid background noises from interrupting the meeting. Please unmute your microphone and start your video when the Toastmaster of the day or table topics master asks you to do so. Let the host and co-host handle all the controls. Sergeant at Arms guidelines. Refrain from speaking about religion, sex, and politics in a derogatory manner. Avoid interjecting the speaker when he or she is delivering a speech, evaluation, or report. Avoid conversations in chat publicly when someone is speaking, as it may distract the speaker. Please raise your hand to volunteer during table topics session to speak. Look out for the green, yellow, and red colored cards on the screen. They will be displayed by the timer at the appropriate times. At the time of every segment, please cast your ballot when the host displays the polls on the screen. Now, I will stop sharing the screen, and I have honor today again to introduce someone who is a BBA graduate currently pursuing her master's in economics, and she has served Toastmasters Club of Lucknow as a secretary VP and VP membership, and also vice president education. Currently, she is the president of the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. She has a liking towards dancing, singing, drawing, painting, making craft, and connect with new people and making them friends. She has also the liking to be amongst kids, as she loves to play with them. She has a very good liking for reading books, and fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, she is none other than Toastmaster Archita Branwal. So please welcome her with a huge thunderous round of applause. Toastmaster Archita, the stage is yours.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Suraj, for inviting me on the stage. I request everyone to give a huge round of applause to Suraj for doing a wonderful role of Sergeant at Arms today. Thank you. I welcome all of you once again to the joint meeting of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow and Prayagraj Toastmasters Club. This is 189th meeting of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow and 84th meeting of Prayagraj Toastmasters Club. And I am so grateful for all of you today that you all are here. And we are starting the meeting with lots of people today. And before going forward, I'd like to talk to our guests present here. So I want all the guests present here to give a small intro of yours, from where you are joining and what is your purpose like of joining Toastmasters. So we had Kushag in our last meeting also. So first of all, I'd like to talk to guest Kushag. Please let us know about yourself
Hi,
and how you joined.
hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Okay,
audible.
great. Okay, great. So my name is Kushak Mishra. I'm joining for Germany. I'm working for a project against cancer here. I'm based out of Kanpur, and that is the reason I'm joining Toastmasters Lucknow to know the people better. Because if they are in surroundings, let's say we can discuss other topics. The reason of joining Toastmasters is learning the communication methods and get a proper structure in the communication. So I've been into, let's say, corporates from long years, but nevertheless make friends and then have some fun while communicating. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's why we all are here, to have some fun while communicating and learning. Thank you so much for joining, and stay here with us till the end of the meeting. Now, I would like to talk to our other guests present here. I can see Sukriti. Uh, Sukriti, please let us know you are a Toastmaster or a guest. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Uh, let's move to next guest. Till then, when she'll be back, she'll talk to us. Toastmaster guest Vidhi, please let us know about yourself. Vidhi Singh, am I audible
Good
to you?
Yes, yes, sir. Am I
Okay.
audible to everyone?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you for having me here. It's my first online meeting joining of any Toastmaster club. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous. Please pardon me if I do any mistake. I am Toastmaster Vidhi Singh from SRMS Toastmaster Club. Currently, I'm pursuing my bachelor's in technology from computer science and engineering branch. The main purpose of me joining Toastmaster Club was to remove the fear of public speaking and increase my confidence while communicating. So yeah, thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vidhi, for joining us. And we all are here to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. So just do some chill and do mistakes so that we all will be able to connect more and learn more. Now I can see Lavanya Bhatt on camera. So, guest Lavanya, please let us know about yourself and how did you join this meeting?
Hello everyone. Hope so I'm audible. I'm Lavanya Bhatt and I hail from Lucknow. And basically, I've done my graduation in BBA and I'm preparing for defense exams as well as I'm in HR domain in the corporate world as well. And my reasons to join Toastmasters was basically I'm a very explorative person. I love pushing my potentials, challenging myself. And previously, I have been a part of Rotaract Club as well. I love exploring and meeting new people and learning from them. So the main reason for joining Toastmasters was meeting new people, learning from them, and enjoying as well.
That's great. Have you already joined a club or not yet?
No, not yet.
Okay,
It's
so
my first time here in the online forum.
okay, that's awesome. I hope you will enjoy this meeting also, and you are at the right place where you can meet lots of people, you can learn lots of things, and stay with us till the end. And I'm sure you will get lots of learning here. And I can see a few more guests here. Gulzar, guest Gulzar, please let us know about yourself. How did you join the meeting, and what do you expect from Toastmasters?
Yeah, hi, Achita. Myself, Gulzara. I'm audible, right? Yeah. I'm working for Tech Mahindra, Hyderabad. I'm a member of Tech Mahindra InfoCity Toastmasters Club. I have joined Toastmasters to improve my communication skills and leadership skills, and also to uh, learn from people across the countries. This meeting is in Bangladesh, yeah.
Sorry?
This meeting is where is location? Right. Yeah, you are from
Okay,
Bangladesh,
it's
yeah?
it's based on District 124, Lucknow, in Uttar
Okay.
Pradesh.
Yeah, nice. I want to just connect new people and learn from them, and also to improve my leadership skills.
That's awesome.
That's it.
You can,
Thank you.
you're most welcome. And you can meet here lots of people. Here, I think it is the most diversified club of our area, I feel. And
Yes.
we have people from lots of places here, from Guwahati, from USA, from Germany, from Nashik, and all over India. And we all are sitting in different parts of India. So you will get and learn lots of different things and point of views from here. I can see a few more guests. Vidhi, am I audible to you? I've talked to you earlier. Okay, yeah, sorry, I forget it. And
Yes,
Sukriti. Okay, thank you, Vidhi. And Sukriti,
Yes, ma'am.
I've talked to you also earlier.
No, ma'am, this is my first time I'm
Okay,
joining this meeting.
okay. So please let us know about yourself and how did you get to know about this meeting and from where you are joining.
Greetings to everyone. I'm Toastmaster Sukriti. I'm from SRMS Toastmaster Club, Bareilly, and I have joined from my campus only, SRMS CET. And I have joined to, of course, make connections, know other people, know so many people, and That's all.
That's awesome. Uh, Thank you so much for joining, and please stay with us. And with this, I think I've covered all the guests present here. We have lots of guests from other clubs also, which are also like a part of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. We will talk to them throughout the meeting. Now, let me tell you one thing which I enjoyed today. Like I love doing that today before starting the meeting. That today I bought some plants and also sowed some seeds, and it was a rose, two rose plants, a red one and a white one, and I just felt that immense happiness inside me. Like one day this will like grow and bloom lots of flowers, and I just love that. And this is, I just felt that how small efforts and small uh, things which we do on daily basis like help us, and they bring some kind of peace and satisfaction. Similarly, just like our journey in Toastmasters, when I joined, I was not uh, I did not know about where I'm going to, like where I'm heading to, but today I know that how it has added lots of positive things to my life, and lots of confidence to, like, I was not able to speak like that when I joined, but today I am grateful for this family, for Toastmasters, and I'm super happy for this session today, which is taken by our Toastmaster of the Day today. And I would love to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the Day. And he's someone who is always been supportive and encouraging. He is a market research professional and educator, a career coach, and the immediate past division director of East Uttar Pradesh, this division F. Please welcome our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shobit Singhal, on stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam President. It's always great to come to this club, and these joint ventures always excite me because you go and look beyond your set of friends, your set of colleagues and members, and you try and interact with a lot more different people around. And the whole hallmark of TMCL is that, like our president has mentioned, that it spreads across not only within India in terms of geography, but I know there are members joining in from the United States of America as well in this meeting. So, yeah, it's a great pleasure to sort of join in and be a part of such a congregation. As for the theme for today, we were discussing this, and let me be very honest, it came in as a very last time thing, and we were thinking that, okay, what should we go about and talk about? And the president was gracious enough to give me some ideas. And I thought, why not call it Sips of Life? So, how many of you have, you know, tried some new drinks, any kind of beverages in let's say, past few months, ranging from, because we are in the transition of winter to summer season. How many of you like exploring new drinks? And it could be both cocktails, mocktails, anything. A quick raise of hands would help. Yeah, okay. I can see Archita, I can see Punita, I can see Suraj. So all of you, all of you. Okay. Now, interestingly, if it's the first sip of anything, that probably the make or break. If we try something and we really like it, it's gonna be on our list. If we don't, probably it will be off our list, or if we are encircled by friends who make us feel a bit of FOMO around it, and we feel, okay, everybody's having it, but I'm not having it, right? You can still have it on your list. But to be very honest, the first sip is usually the decider, be it because of the taste, be it because of the people around, or be it because of the kind of ambience that it's created. Okay. So I'd like to ask you, if that is the case with the drink, isn't it the case with our experiences as well? It is the first experience, the first time that you did something, the first time that you saw something, that you experienced something that is kind of makes it in your league or out of your league. Obviously, then there are people who make you think about it. There are people who make you wonder whether it's something which we should go on a repeat or not. But it's the first taste of any experience that really puts it in your book of good or bad experiences. And there are always transitions possible. So, one thing that I asked today for all the members to do is to carry a drink with themselves. Although a lot of them have already revealed them to me. But if you guys are having a drink in your hand, I would request you all to put it in your hands, have it in your hands, and let's say cheers to those first steps in life and cheers to life that made you come a long way. So, a big cheers to everyone. A big cheers to everyone. Okay, great, great, great. Yeah, we can, even a thumbs up counts as a cheers. Toastmaster Suraj. Thank you. Thank you so much. Perfect. Okay. I will take this forward, and I have a few interesting activities to go ahead. But let me just quickly walk you down as to what to expect in a meeting like this. We have a few guests here who are attending for the first time. Let me just walk you through a typical Toastmasters meeting. A typical Toastmasters meeting is broken into three sections. The first section is the prepared speeches. As Toastmasters would know, and for the guests, I'd like to iterate that every speech in Toastmasters, if I call it a prepared speech, it has its own purpose. And that purpose is guided by something known as the pathways in the module or the learning module of Toastmasters. So you deliver a speech with the purpose, with an objective to achieve, and then there is a kind of evaluation, which is probably the third section, which I'll come to. But more importantly, in Toastmasters, everything is done with a mission, and with an objective to achieve. The first part is the part where you are on the practicing ground. You pick up pointers and you prepare your speeches basis the title or the objective, which is guided by the Pathways module. Those who want to know more about Pathways can definitely connect with our president or the vice president of education, and the person will help you to know about them. The second part of the meeting is the fun part. Remember the days, like, for example, our president was also mentioning that earlier I wasn't able to speak so promptly, earlier I wasn't able to express myself so openly. So believe me, while prepared speeches can definitely make you feel better about your communication skills, it is the impromptu speech section which helps you gather that on your feet thinking, that spontaneous reactions that really can make or break your impression. And we know in today's world, it is the impression that sells and not the person. You need to create or cast the right impression by the first words that you utter. And that is where practicing table topic sessions can be really fun. You can twist and turn the topics, you can be yourself, at the same time capture the audience attention by being very smart about how you want to speak about a topic within the span of 1 to 2 minutes. The third section is really the backbone of the Toastmasters meeting. Why do I call it a backbone? For example, if you want to have better communication skills, go out there. YouTube is filled with such videos. Those self-help uh, books are there to help you with that. But who is there to tell you what you're learning is right or wrong? That is where Toastmasters becomes your safe space to go ahead, to make mistakes, to learn from your mistakes, and to have people around you who can evaluate you without being judgmental about you and tell you how can you improve. And that is the 360-degree circle of a Toastmasters meeting, which we will be witnessing today. Now, if I ask you, and if we think thoroughly, how is this even possible to do so much in probably a 120-minute time span without really knowing how to go about it? So definitely there is a team at place. Each meeting involves a lot of hard work, a lot of people coming together and taking up roles. What I will do here now, I will hand over the stage to somebody who is the guiding light for not only this club, but a lot of members as well. And she is taking over the role of what is known as the general evaluator. She is literally known as the big brother, but I'll call her the big mother of the session and of the club. And she will explain her role and the team that she has to help evaluate the speeches further. So over to our journal evaluator, Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, for this beautiful, love-filled welcome. Hello, everyone. I'm Smita Kotkar, as you've already been told, and I am the General Evaluator for the day. As a General Evaluator, I have the privilege of leading one of the most valuable segments of this meeting, that is the evaluation segment. And this segment is about feedback. It is the feedback that fuels our growth. And therefore, it will be my duty, my endeavor to observe each and every member, to assess their performance here, and not only in the speeches, but also in the conduct, in the things that are happening around, and how the meeting is going in an overall manner. Everything and anything that goes on in the meeting today will be evaluated and given a feedback on, so that we can grow and better our work as public speakers. Please note, I loved what our Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shobit, just said, and I would only like to reiterate it, that feedback is not criticism. Feedback is a gift. It's an opportunity for ourselves to see us from another person's point of view. And it is to sharpen our skills. It is to evolve as better communicators. And I sincerely hope everyone present here, members and guests, will take it up in that very respect. Now, let me tell you, I have a wonderful team today. My wonderful team of evaluators consists of a timer, an hour counter, a grammarian, and an active listener. So let me bring forth my team who will assist me in evaluating. I would like to call, first of all, the timer for the day. The timer is none other than the president of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow herself, the very sweet and ardent Toastmaster Archita. I'll request Toastmaster Archita to come forward and explain her role and also show how she intends to show time, either through cards or anything else she has up her sleeve. Toastmaster Archita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita, for calling me on stage. As a timer, my role is to keep the count of timings, how much time is left with the speaker and how much time they've already spoken. Now, how I will show the timer cards. Let me just quickly show you. I will show the cards like this. For prepared speeches, the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I show the green card. At 6, yellow. At 7 minutes, red card. But today we have no prepared speaker. For table topic speakers, I will show the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. And the speakers will also get a 30 seconds of grace time. And for evaluations, the normal timing is 2 to 3 minutes, but we don't have any prepared speech evaluation today. And that's all from my side. And I will present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Till then, back to you, Toastmaster Smita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archita. And I'm sure we will be timed very well, and everyone here will be mindful of the time. So thank you so much. The next member of my team is known as the R counter. Now, what's an R counter? The time when we stop to think. Well, all of this is going to be monitored, evaluated by the R counter. I'm sure she would love to tell us more about it. She is our past area director. Please welcome the lovely Toastmaster Punita Singhal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So today my role is of our counter, and our counter, basically my work will be to jot down crack words or filler words used by any member in their speeches. So crack words and filler words are the words like so repetitive words or repetitive sentences which can make your speech ineffective or which can be very distracting for the audience. So in order to so what I will do, I will just jot it down. So maybe next time, whenever you are talking or whenever you are giving speeches So you are conscious enough that you reduce these filler words in your speeches or whenever you talk. So this will be my role of counter today. And now uh, back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Smita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Punita. We are all looking forward to improve ourselves, and we will definitely be looking forward to your report. I remember when I had joined Toastmasters initially, I was so surprised to know the kind of hours and the ums that I was making. I never realized. I mean, they were going beyond 10, 12. There was a time when the evaluator said only plus, plus, plus. I still remember we've all gone through those days. And this is such a valuable role in our Toastmasters meeting. Thank you so much for your effort, Toastmaster Punita. The next member of my team is known as the grammarian. We've all here working on a particular language, but this is not our mother tongue. And to make the language and to make whatever we speak, make, have some sense in it, we require a proper grammar. And then to have a role taker here to assess and evaluate you and help you better the way you're speaking, how wonderful that is. So let me call forth the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Suraj, will come here, tell us the importance of this role and what he intends to do, how he intends to help us. Toastmaster Suraj.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a nice introduction. This is a blessing to be introduced by your mentor on such a stage. So without getting into the flow of emotion, let me start with the importance of my role. So once again, very wonderful good evening, all the Toastmaster present here and dear guests. I am the grammarian of for today's meetup, and I will be taking care of the good and bad uses, and I will be taking all those down. And I will also share the word of the day and phrase of the day, which you all have to use whenever you get opportunity to speak during the meeting. Whenever anyone of you uses that particular word or word of the day or phrase of the day, other members can appreciate the speaker's effort by clapping in like using the digital tool available in the Zoom meeting. And at the end of the meeting, I will be also sharing all the good uses by our fellow Toastmasters and guests when I will be called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj. But what is the word of the day and the phrase of the day?
Oh, so I think I just got into the flow of emotion, and for that
That's
I'm
okay.
extremely sorry.
That's okay.
And
No.
let me share the uh, sheet. Hope it's visible. And the word of the day is she. It means a soft, a smooth or shiny quality. For example, a well-conditioned head of hair can have a beautiful sheen. The phrase of the day is straight from the horse's mouth. It means to receive information directly from the most reliable or authoritative source, implying first-hand knowledge or direct connection to the matter. For example, CBI acts upon the order they get straight from the horse's mouth. I hope the word of the day and phrase of the day is clear to each and every one of you. And with this, I will once again call the General Evaluator back on this stage. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Suraj. Well, my dear members, now you've heard the word and the phrase of the day straight from the horse's mouth. So I'm sure you will all be using it and adding to the sheen of the meeting itself and have it sparkling. Have a lovely time, all of us. So wonderful. Now, the next member on my list, yes, Toastmaster Shobit, sheen and straight from the horse's mouth. These are the two words and phrase that we all use. We all have to use more and more in the meeting today. The next member in my evaluation section, in my group, is none other than the active listener. Now, this is a very, very special role. We all love to talk, don't we? But listening, now that is something. And why do we need to listen in the first place? We have a dear member, a researcher. Oh my God, you have to know from her. She knows this role so well because this is her forte. So please welcome Toastmaster Ajanta Maurya, who will tell us more about what an active listener does in a Toastmasters meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smita. So, good evening, everyone. Today my role is of a listener. So, as a listener, my role is to enhance our overall listening skills and experience. So, today I'll be listening to all the speeches. So we don't have any prepared speeches, but remote session and a table topic session. So I'd be listening it very carefully, and I would request you all to also listen it carefully because at the end of the meeting, I'll ask the questions to see if everyone was listening carefully or not. So thank you, and over to you, Smita ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajanta. Well, my dear friends, you have somebody who's going to test you on what's been spoken today. So I hope there'll be no cameras off. Everybody will be here, glued in the meeting. I'm sure Toastmaster Ajanta will be asking some lovely questions at the end. That's all as far as my team of evaluator goes. And now we're looking forward to a wonderful meeting. I would like to hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shobit.
Thank you so much, Smita ma'am. I think we have wonderful role players here. And it's a shout out to all the ones who are experiencing an online meet for the first time or a Toastmasters meet for the first time to really be, pull up their socks and be ready for a very fantastic meeting ahead. Okay. Now, with that, I have a question in mind. Like we say, the whole idea of communication is a two-way street. We need to speak, we need to listen, and we need to reply. I want to ask, and as per the theme of the day, of course, it was the first sip that I'm talking of right now. Now, in terms of your experiences or your sips in life, I would want to ask you, what was that first very amazing or a really dull experience that you felt that was a life changer for you? It could be just for your job, or maybe a first day at college, or maybe that date that didn't go so well, or that turned out to be a really wonderful experience. I would want to see people raise hands and tell me about that, a remnants of that first experience that comes to your mind when I talk of those first sips or the first experiences that shaped you into who you are today. And I'm sure with the kind of people we have here, we do have very interesting anecdotes coming up. So, raise of hands, please. Those who are on camera can raise their hands by their real hands. Those who are not on camera can use the virtual hands, but yes, raise of hands, please. Am I missing somebody? I don't see. I can see Ajanta ma'am biting her nail, but that's not a raise of hand. Who else? Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Kushagra sir is there. Hi, hello from Germany. Wie geht es Ihnen, Kushagra?
Yeah,
Over
mir
the
geht
mic
es
to
gut.
you.
Ja, mir geht es gut.
Nice, nice.
Danke dir. So,
So good to have it here. Over to you, sir.
yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, for giving this topic. And the exact topic I would like to mention was learning German. So, I throughout my studies, I was, let's say, quite good in, let's say, exploring books. But when I was asked to, let's say, go and study in German, that was quite a surprising topic to me. And the way, let's say, they handled those German topics is also quite, let's say, surprising. And I was not able to, let's say, I was going in the German classes for months, and then I realized, hey, nothing is improving, only my listening is improving. And for 6 months I was, let's say, just going in the class, coming out, and I was not able to gulp anything. And then slowly and steadily things got improving. So that was one of the experience that was, let's say, still refreshing and still coming as a challenges. And I need to let's say sip this topic hard. That if I have to survive here or if I need to talk to here, I need to let's say sip this topic and. Then what I need is I think it's getting better and better. So when let's say when someone is speaking in German, it's coming straight from horse's mouth. So that is something. For example, is helping. So the getting a feedback directly from horse's mouth is something I would like to get more. And hopefully, I think my level of German got improved a lot, and still I think it's on the verge of becoming perfect. So hopefully, in one day, I would be able to speak fluently like a German local colleagues here.
Ah. Wunderbar, Kushagra, wunderbar. Ich kann nur eine Minute Deutsch sprechen, aber ich
Ja,
kann nicht so gut Deutsch sprechen.
aber du sprichst
I
perfekt.
said,
Vielleicht
ich kann nur eine wenig Deutsch.
ich glaube, du hast schon eins oder A2 Niveau schon erreicht. Deswegen, du sprichst sehr gut, ja.
Yeah, that's over my head now.
Yeah.
It's too much I can gulp right now, but yes, I still keep trying. I had learned till level base Y.
B2, also.
So,
Ja.
yeah.
In
So,
momentan, ich
but
bin
I
C1.
didn't.
Ich bin C1, ja, genau.
Say Heinz. I'm going to try for Say Heinz now. Let's
Yeah,
see
okay.
if it works out well. So yeah,
Okay.
so thank you so much. I am on the same boat with you. I was on the same boat with you, and I can really understand it how the initial few months with the language can be just off the head, and you can't really even imagine what's going around. So yes, I'm sure. But with time, you're able to catch up, and essentially those who are a language enthusiast here, believe me, German is a very, very enriching language. It not only brings you closer to the German culture, but it does bring you closer to your own culture as well, because it has so many more similarities with our cultural language. If I can put it in that perspective, the Sanskrit language, I'm sure you
Yeah,
would agree with me to
the
share
one
there.
disadvantage that I got, yeah, yeah, thank you. And that one disadvantage that I got is my English got worse because I've been so
Oh,
much into speaking German, and yeah, it's getting worse because everything is in my mind now coming in German first, and then it's like, yeah,
yes, yes. That's the perils of trying to, juggle up between languages, but it's fun as well. Yeah, so I'll be in touch with you, Kushagra, even beyond the meeting because I need to learn a few bits from you. Thank you so much for this input. Really appreciate that. Next, I can see Mrs. Singhal raising her hand. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. So, about discussing about sip of life. So, the first thing which came in my mind was Toastmaster, to be very honest. So I recalled the first demo meet for Prayagraj Toastmasters Club, where there were many people like known faces like in Toastmasters like Toastmaster Raya and Pal, and there was Toastmaster Asank, and there were many more. And the thing was, that time I was not the same person which I am today. I was quite shy, quite nervous type of person. In case, like, if there is a public speaking forum, if I'm being called, I will probably not speak a word or a sentence. So that was the case initially. But over the period of time when I joined Toastmasters, it really helped me because basic English everybody knows. We are taught in school that much that we can write and speak basic English, but somewhat we are not very confident just because we have that fear of public speaking or speaking in front of others. So what happened in my first meeting was there was a topic given. So I could not speak even a sentence. And for some few initial meetings, the only thing I spoke was a golden word called thank you. So so my initial meetings have been like that. And after that, I have been very consistent. And then I started speaking, I started participating, and it really helped me. And now today I'm uh, here as well. I took several club roles initially, and now I'm in a leadership role as well. So it really shaped me the way I am today. So yeah, all thanks to Toastmasters.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. When you talked of the first sip of life, I thought you were going to take my name, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So, yeah, that's okay. Till the time you're learning and progressing, good for both of us, I guess. For those who are unaware of this kind of a conversation, let me tell you that Mrs. Single is Mrs. Punita Shobit Single, just to get the context straight. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Vanita, for this. I know I've been through your journey and I know how you've evolved with Toastmasters. With all the fun and frolic, let's not forget the real essence of being a Toastmaster, that it does elevate you as a person. And not just restricted to conversations or communication, it elevates you as a person. And I can vouch for that for my wife, for my dearest wife. Thank you so much, Punita. I'll now move on to Toastmaster Akshay. Let us hear your story. What was that first step that did make or break it for you? Over to you, Akshay.
Yeah, Shobit. So I think there are many memories, but one that I would specifically like to talk about is that I personally am very fond of urban setups. Urbanization, once upon a time in life, had a very motivating was a lot of motivation for me. Slowly, I'm distancing from urbanization and going more rural. I like countryside. I like a lot of experiences that are towards the countryside. But my only door to a lot of urbanization experiences is Lucknow as a city. And I remember the first cafe coffee day outlet that opened in the city, and it's right there in Hazratganj, just at the crossing, right? And at that point in time, the only experience of having coffee was during marriages. And if you would have seen that coffee making machine that is available in marriages, right? And they call it espresso coffee. So that was my only vocabulary so far as coffee is concerned. And then I go out to this cafe coffee day outlet and I very confidently tell them that I want an espresso. And to my utter surprise, they come back saying that, but sir, this wouldn't have milk. And that kind of challenged my entire definition of a coffee. And then I see there a list of all coffees that include cappuccino, latte, mocha, right? So that led to a lot of confusion. I ended up ordering a cappuccino, and that first sip of coffee was quite wonderful. So that's an experience. And since then, like I have sipped coffee so many times, but that first sip
Hmm.
is still memorable.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I know I've been to that CCD outlet right at the Azadganj Circle. And oh, Lucknow is my birthplace. So I'm in love with that city anyways. So yeah, that's again a connect there. Something similar happened to me when I stepped into a subway outlet a few years back, probably many years back. And they told me that I just, I just pointed out to that shop saying, I want that one. And then he started asking me a flurry of questions as to what kind of sauces do you want? Do you want the bread with the three kinds, honey oats or blah, blah, blah? And I was like, I've never done this before. I said, भैया जो आपको सबसे अच्छी लगती है वो बता दो. And believe you me, that was the first instance, and that is how I tackled it because I didn't really want to embarrass myself with the bunch of friends that were around me. And when I went back to my friend, I said, "Yeah, yeah, I ordered everything." I kept asking him, "What are you putting in now? What are you putting in?" So if somebody asks me, there's a barbecue sauce, and then there is probably a mayonnaise and a mint mayonnaise and all of that stuff. I've I've grown and liked Subway since then. But yes, like you mentioned, the whole the whole a la carte of options available. The cappuccino for me was the last thing I would think of if I were to have a decent coffee, but that's what they call them here. So that's what it is. Thank you so much, Akshat, for this. Yes, we have our pretty young lady, Toastmaster Smita. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Master Shobit. When I heard everybody speak about the bittersweet experiences and then the first experience, then there was one that I really wanted to share with anyone. I love to bake, and now, today, proudly, I'm a very good baker. But the first time when I did, some 20, 27 years back, as a newlywed, so we had bought a new microwave. And my friend, we were newlyweds, we just had bare essential things. So I did not have the microwave. I had a new blender, mixie blender. My friend, my neighbor, another newlywed had a microwave. So we decided to, bake a cake together. Now that was an oven recipe. We said, what the heck? Let's try it in a microwave. Since they were vegetarians, we had to start substituting things. Now we came up with an orange cake. It says orange orange juice. We did not have that. We added Fanta to it, but we wanted some orange. So what we did, we dried the orange peels. We had heard that orange peels give us zest. We unpeeled an entire orange, that whole bunch of orange peels, we dried it, and that entire big bowl of orange peels we added to the cake. Needless to say, we kept substituting things, thinking we are doing wonderful things. We are making the first cake of our lives for our friends, for our dear husbands who had gone for their classes. And the cake, when it was getting baked, it was not a fragrance. It was a bitter smell that was coming, and it filled up the entire house. Still, we were very enthusiastic. We did not eat it. We divided the cake into two. Half went to her house, half came to mine. Her husband took a sniff. He says, "No, I'm not tasting it in my life." My husband was still very sweet. He took a piece. The moment he put it in his mouth, he said, "What is this? What is this?" And he, threw it. A very close friend of ours, both of from ours and my neighbors, a very close friend of ours came down to our house, and now this is all newlyweds. Now he's a bachelor. He comes and he doesn't want to disappoint us. He says, "Subhu, cake cow, please taste this. We have made it. Me and Vasu, we've tried it together." No, I told him I have made a cake. He didn't know Vasu has made it. He took a piece and he said, "Mika, how's it?" And he ran to Vasu's house. He said, I have to spit it. Smita's made something. It's so horrible. And she gave him a back. I've also made it. We made it together. Oh my God, that was some experience.
No.
And we still remember the time, the first things. Sometimes they are so awful. Sometimes these bittersweet memories, they stay with you throughout your life. And my friend's husband still jokes. He said that was the only exam I flunked the day Smita made that orange cake. She's responsible for my cake.
Yeah, I know. I can really, sense, and there are others also. I mean, I may not be able to give a chance to speak to everyone, but yes, it is the sheen of nostalgia that we have in our minds, and it just lights up the memory lane, and it's really awesome to hear it from the horse's mouth. Each and every of those anecdotes coming and bringing those memories to life. But without further ado, let me move this meeting further. Um, like I mentioned, we are skipping the prepared speeches today. Unfortunately, we didn't have somebody prepared speech as per the pathways today. I would encourage somebody to do that for the next meeting for sure. And I foresee that a lot of meetings are going to be a kind of a joint meetings coming because just to give you a context, we recently moved from me and Punita. We moved from Prayagraj to Ghaziabad. Parents live here. We've been in Prayagraj for the past 3 years. We've been able to set up a wonderful club there, which used to take their meetings at our place. But since we're not there anymore, we don't have a venue to sort of conduct the meetings any further. But we have sort of created a kind of a pact with TMCL to help us take this and keep this boat afloat for a few more days. And we would be delighted to have TMCL have joint meetings with us for some days to come. I'm sure members from TMCL and the guests who have visited today would love to have members from PTMC as well. Couple of us are there. In due course of time, others will also join. And if this goes well, we might be able to just keep PTMC afloat for a few more days. With that, let me move ahead and bring to the forum the wonderful person who have had his tirist with his coffee experiences, and he would take us on a journey of some wonderful, wonderful topics here, which can definitely make us smile, cry, laugh, or maybe just have a sense of melancholy amongst us. over to you, our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Akshat Pandey. It'll be great if you could just explain the whole uh, portion of the meeting and the timings around it. That'd be great. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shobit. I think you have already set the tone by making this session an extremely light and a breezy session, and with everyone pouring in their experiences and such funny takes on so many topics. So I am the table topic master for today, and I just love playing this role because being a table topic master is still better than attempting the table topics, because somewhere you feel that excitement and probably a fear to speak impromptu. So table topics is all about speaking impromptu. So if prepared speeches is your marathon, table topics is your sprint, that 50-meter or 100-meter race. But let me also tell you, one of the best ways to experience Toastmasters is through table topics. And just to give you one more information, my sister, who is in the US currently, has joined Toastmasters Area 7, District 7, and she is always having some hilarious experiences about table topics. So she's a new Toastmaster, and she always has some funny takes on table topics. I'll talk about that experience maybe later. But for now, let's proceed with the table topics. So a typical table topic would let you speak for about a minute to 2 minute 30 seconds, and you should ideally pace yourself in such a way that you could probably speak for 2 minutes and try to wrap up around this 2 minutes to 2 minutes 30 seconds. You would be shown a red card at 2 minutes, suggesting to you that you need to start winding up before 2 minutes 30 seconds. And I would encourage all of you to participate and make this an engaging experience. To help me with evaluation of table topics, I have Toastmaster Jatin, who is a friendly neighborhood Toastmaster and an extremely dear friend of mine. Now he's based in the US and he opened the Zoom call today, but I would still do a knock and see if Toastmaster Jatin is online. So Toastmaster Jatin, would you be happy to do the evaluations for today? Yes, so we have a familiar face, one of the backbones of TMCL, and you will be helping us with the evaluation. So Toastmaster Jatin, would you like to add a few more points related to evaluation of table topics?
Well, first of all, let me first give you a quick glimpse into my journey of with table topics, or my experience with table topics, because Shobit already asked about the first experience. And my first experience with Toastmasters was through table topics. And I had somehow got an idea of Toastmasters I was working in a corporate where I used to get these mails with the old logo and Obama picture cartoons where that gave me a visualization saying that, okay, maybe Toastmasters is just a set of people sitting in a food court somewhere around a table and talking some gibberish. But after I did get a real life experience once with a Toastmasters meeting being conducted in an auditorium where 50 to 100 people were sitting in the auditorium, and then, or rather an amphitheater, an open air amphitheater. And the speakers were really engaging the audience there. After that, I really got engrossed and I started going to the meetings, but it took me an year, actually an year, exactly an year, to raise my hands for a table topic session. Because after that, after continuously going for a year and continuously these people asking me, saying, where are you, how are you, encouraging me to join, encouraging me to come back to the meetings. And then finally after a year, I was like, okay, I should try my hand at table topics. And that's the day when I raised my hand. Fortunately or unfortunately, they gave me a award for the best table topic speaker that day. And that's the day I sort of decided that yes, I should delve into the world of Toastmasters and start improving my speaking skills, because that's the reason that I'm here for, not just being an audience here. That being said, I think you've already said that this is not a marathon, it's a sprint. And the sprint, but still has to have all the characteristics that a marathon should have. You obviously should have the meat, should have the strength, the message that you want to convey to the audience. And it has to be put together in that form of a race, where you have to have a proper opening when you jump off the block. You have to have a proper opening that really engages the audience, try to have the meat around it, which conveys the message, probably with an hopefully with an example of your own or somebody you can relate to that really gives the evidence of what you're trying to convey, and sum it up with a proper conclusion just in time to finish before the 2 minutes 30 seconds mark, so that you are eligible for the being the best table topic speaker for today as well. That's the I hopefully will be able to convey my thoughts on how everybody does by when called upon by the general evaluator towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, Akshay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin. And so let's begin with an exciting round of table topics. So I would like everyone to nominate themselves with raising their hands, and I would go in the order in which I get to see the hands. Feel free to participate, and let me just nominate one by myself. Do we have Toastmaster Asankhya Mohan in the meeting? Toastmaster Asankhya, would you like to take the very first table topic?
Well, he's had a long journey. He's not slept through the night, but yeah, he's up and awake. So yeah, over to him. I know a bit about his journey today. So yeah.
Once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. So I can see him doing a thumbs up. So Toastmaster Asankhya, shall I mention the topic to you?
Yes, Toastmaster Akshay, please.
Great. So we can all watch Toastmaster Asankhya take the first topic. Toastmaster Asankhya, the magic of ordinary days. The magic of ordinary days, Toastmaster Asankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, how many times, how often does it happen in a day, let alone a week or a month or a year? We think we want to achieve this, that, n number of things that we do not have today. A quick raise of hand. So are we, again, is being aspirational a wrong thing? I would say no. But at the same time, taking a time just to step back and realize what we have today is something that we all should be grateful for. That being said, again, from for as the topic goes, for me, it's always being in the moment, but at the same time trying to plan out the next best thing and juggling between that is what I have been trying to do all my life. Just like was Pastor Shobit was mentioning, planning the day to day and even planning the next best thing that I can do is how I try to live my life. And again, making the best of both the worlds in terms of making sure that I am able to do justice with whatever like I have. Again, Toastmaster Akshat, if you can just come up again with the topic, I just missed out towards the later half of the topic. Sorry about that.
It's the magic of ordinary days.
Sorry, yes. So again, coming back to the topic, so all our lives, all every day we keep on wondering whether it's when will that D-Day arrive, when we'll have all the offerings that we are aspiring for. So again, for me, it's always being able to receive, being receptive to what we have, at the same time trying to make sure that we are able to do justice to our efforts with respect to what we are aspiring for in the future. So making the most out of it, being minimalistic, but at the same time being aspirational is how I will put it, is the key to make sure you have the most out of even the smallest of efforts that you're putting in each every in everything. That's about it from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster Akshat. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asankhya, for such a wonderful take. What I understand from Toastmaster Shobit is that you are having a very enterprising day, and still in that ordinary moment, you decided to take up a topic. So that speaks volumes about you. So thanks a lot for taking up the topic. Who would be the next person to take up the topic? I would like you to raise your hand. And I would like to go to some of the guests as well. So any of the guests who would want to take up a table topic, please raise your hands. I can see Toastmaster Abhinandan raising the hand. So let's bring in Toastmaster Abhinandan. Toastmaster Abhinandan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, and can you see the timer cards?
No, I can't see the timer cards.
Uh, uh, so just have a look at the timer cards. It's on your screen. Please have a look. Can you see the green, yellow, and red cards?
No, it's just only A written, no color cards there.
Can you swipe through the screens? There would be a screen where you would be able to see multiple speakers, and I believe there you should be able to see the timer card.
Master Abhinandan, you are joining through mobile or laptop?
I joined through mobile.
Okay, you can swipe right or left on your screen. There is a blue screen. Can you see the blue screen anywhere?
Yes. Now I can see.
Okay, that's the timer cards. I will show you red, green, yellow through that screen only.
All
Okay.
right. So shall we proceed? Okay. Toastmaster Abhinandan. A lesson life keeps teaching me. A lesson life keeps teaching me. Toastmaster Abhinandan.
Okay. Greetings to all fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Abrindan, and my table topic is um, a teaching which is throughout my life, which teaches me always. I want 30 seconds to think about my what to speak. Can I get?
So the timing has already started. You can think about it and then continue speaking once you have gained your thoughts.
Okay. A teaching which I get from my one of the teacher in my school, that when you are go throughout your life in future, you will see many hurdles, many problems, many issues in your life, but don't be fear from it, don't run away from it, because if you run away from it, then that problems will always be with you. They will not if you tackle them, then the problems may be finish, or you will get the solution, right? So be with the problems means to face the problems and try to find the solutions, how to get the uh, how to free from the problems, right? This is the teachings which I always keep in mind in my throughout my life, or in the present time also. I joined Toastmasters club in my college. Here it helps me a lot, because as everybody experience, I listened that they face problems, and while they first joined Toastmasters, same similar with me, like so it is just straight from the horse's mouth, from the teacher told me, and it makes my life kind of a that scene in my mind, and helps me a lot in my life now, and I think in the future as well. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinandan. So what I understand is that the more you keep escaping from life lessons or life challenges, the more you would be getting the same challenges recurring to you. So yes, I would agree with you that we just need to face our challenges head on so that we gain insights from that and move on. Thanks a lot. I would go on to the next table topic. Toastmaster Kushagra, would you like to take up the next table topic?
Yeah, sure. I could take all of them. So I must say apology. I'm taking my daughter in the background because I have to manage her. But yeah, definitely I could take up.
So that's so great of you to be volunteering for taking up a table topic. And I watched both Shobit and you talking in German. So that created a lot of FOMO in me. So I would say whatever little German that I know, and I'll say Volkswagen das Auto. So that's the only bit of German that I know. So I thought I'll tell it upfront. But anyway, let's come back to your table topic, Toastmaster Kushagra. The beauty of waiting. The beauty of waiting, Toastmaster Kushagra.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And Toastmasters, Akshat, thank you for giving me this topic of beauty of waiting. Uh, I think to start with the topic, as the topic says, the beauty of waiting, because waiting itself teaches us many things. So, if let's say from our childhood, let's say when we were let's say studying, we were always waiting in our birthdays to get some beautiful gifts, and the waiting also many times bring positive surprises. So let's say when we were, let's say in the school kids, we were waiting for the results, and then when we grown up, we were also waiting for, let's say when we are giving proposals to our girlfriend, we are waiting whether we will get the positive or the negative outcomes. And this waiting teaches us patience. This is one of the very important quality that we should, let's say waiting teaches us that, hey, we should not be hurrying up to get some things. We should, let's say wait for the topics, and when you really waited and when you get your positive outcomes, it kind of created a sheen characters, a kind of sheen quality in you. And this waiting, this habit of waiting also helps you in, let's say in situations where you don't have to react it in personal situations also. Let's say this habit of waiting also gives you a good character. So I would say that we should not wait, we should not be quick, jump into the conclusion, but we should be, let's say, waiting. We should do our best, and we should wait for the desired results. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Akshan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kushagra. All points noted. The only problem is that in today's day and age, there's very little that requires us to wait. From online groceries to booking tickets for movies, everything is so quick that I don't know where you can actually build this ability to wait. Thanks a lot. Who would be the next person to take up a table topic? Toastmaster Harsh. Okay, so I have two raise of hands. I'll come back to you, Toastmaster Ajanta, and then Rajneesh, but let me start off with Toastmaster Harsh.
Yeah.
Toastmaster Harsh. Why I love being misunderstood sometimes. Why I love being misunderstood sometimes, Toastmaster Harsh.
How many of you have ever been misunderstood by someone? The one can raise your hands. Anyone? Okay, great Toastmaster Akshat. Great, we have Toastmaster Ajanta. So the first, I would like to share some moment when I was misunderstood by someone. The moment when I joined Toastmasters, the table topic master called me to volunteer for the table topic session. Though at that time I was attending my first meeting, I was not so confident. I was shivering at that time to utter a word, and at that specific moment, the president of the club was staring at me. I was saying that I am not ready to speak. Please, I will speak in the next meeting. The moment I said those lines, my mentor, Toastmaster Nitin, just grabbed my hand and said, he said that in Toastmasters, we don't kill anyone. You can stand up and just give a try. Though at that, the moment he said those words, now, I thought that I thought that though that somehow he was misunderstood me the moment I was talking about the uh, talking about the participation in the table topic speech. But nevertheless, as it was said by Toastmaster Nitin, he is one of the most experienced as well as a very loved one to me. So I listened to his words and participated in this table topic speech. And so if I talk about that speech does not last for a long. It just lasted for only 47 seconds. But those 47 seconds generated immense confidence in me, which you all can uh, see right now. So, at the last, I would like to conclude my topic by saying that you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. Overall, that's all. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh, for such a wonderful and an exciting take. Let me assure you that in our conversations that happen offline, I have never misunderstood you because I find your communication very, very clear. So I just hope that you are never misunderstood. Okay. Thanks a lot. So I have four people, Toastmaster Ajanta, Rajneesh, Timot Shobit, and guest Lavanya, who are in the queue for the next set of table topics. I would go to guest Lavanya first, and then we'll come back to our season Toastmasters. So guest Lavanya, I'll give a topic to you. Guest Lavanya, the power of showing up. The power of showing up. Guest Lavanya.
Okay, so today I will be speaking on the topic the power of showing up. So all our lives we have been from childhood till now. We have we have been sometimes we are guided by our limiting beliefs. We all have the tendency of procrastinating sometimes or delaying things. It can be either through, it can be driven by a fear or just something which is new and you aren't sure whether to show up for a particular thing or not. And in my case also, I have realized it late in my life that delaying and procrastinating might basically delay the future opportunities for you, which will definitely delay uh, your own personal growth as well. So in my life, whether we or taking my example, um, we all have certain limiting beliefs, and being here in Toastmasters, that's what I'm doing. I'm showing up. I am putting myself confidently, overcoming my stage fear, and sure, that's why everyone should basically give a pat on the back, and they must basically gather a spirit to show up for any opportunity that they're aspiring for, because showing up will lead to further progress in your life. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lavanya, sorry, guest Lavanya, for such a wonderful take. And I think we all have to give up on whatever little bit of procrastination that we are doing. We have to show up for the things in life. And this also reminds me that I need to get my passport renewed. So I'll treat this as a takeaway and probably prioritize my passport renewal for this week. Thanks a lot. Toastmaster Ajanta, you are next up. Toastmaster Ajanta, why I still believe in kindness. Why I still believe in kindness. Toastmaster Ajanta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshat. So, why I still believe in kindness? I think everyone should believe in kindness, because you never know how the day for the person whom you are interacting with went today. And if you are not kind enough to treat that person nicely, then I think you are doing bad to that person. And after you get to know that that person was suffering from something, you'll feel bad also, and you will continuously be in guilt. So like, one of the story which I would share for this, um, I think it was with my mother when I was in school and I was in 12th standard. So we have these scientific calculators with us. So my mom packed lunch for me, and uh, unfortunately, the oil came out of the box. So the calculator and the oil, it got mixed up, and the oil was in the calculator all over. So I came back, and I was like ranting over my mom, how what you did. And then later I got to know that she was not well, and I felt very guilty about doing this thing. So I took lesson that day. Like, that day, after that day, I started thinking for the people who are around us. Like, instead of ranting over them, we should first see that if they're suffering from something or not. So thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshat.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ajanta. And my key takeaway from this is that you need to put yourself in someone's shoe. You need to empathize, and then you'll be able to understand them better. And therefore, some bit of kindness is what everyone needs. Thanks a lot. I see a lot of uh, raise of hands, so I'll quickly go through all of them. Rajneesh, would you like to pick up a table topic? You raised your hand.
Yes.
Sure. So, Rajneesh, are you a guest or a Toastmaster?
So I'm a Toastmaster and I'm from Mere Toastmaster Club.
All right. Toastmaster Rajneesh, the road not taken. The road not taken, Toastmaster Rajneesh.
So the two things that I can resemble with this topic, the first thing that I can resemble, it was a poem that I learned in my 8th class, which was written by some William Worthwell, if I'm not wrong about the name, because I'm not from the arts background. But yeah, I could remember it was a poem. So that's the first thing. Now let's come on the second thing, the road not taken. So after 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 my schoolings in my career, the most confusing part of anyone's life, what I'm going to do. Will I join the some government job? I'll go for the private. Oh, there are lots of options out there. But again, the question is same. All the roads are not taken by me. Now, what I should do? So there are lots of options. I could guide, or I could have someone who could guide me through a horse mount. So I got consulting with my brothers, my elders, and I find out how they decided through which road they like how they decided so to which road they should go on. And with that, I find out some things. But again, what I find out, I was not able to again follow that path. I decided I'll go for the government job, but again, it's a tough job. Not you are going to have it in a 6 month or a year. That second thing, I again decided to go for business or entrepreneurship. I decided some businesses, but again, that's not something easy that you can get it in a few months and in a few years. So got failed out there again. Now there was a chance of a third thing that I could try. The third road I was decided to take, that was a job route, which is again you could join any company and you can start. So that road I take, and that was my third road. Then I got succeed. I was not, it was my final choice. Out of all three, it was my last option or the last road I could have taken. And that was the road I got succeed. And after 6, 7 years in the corporate, I could say I never thought I will be there. But yeah, I am there. I am following that road which I was not thought or never thought to follow or never thought to take it. But yeah, that's my take on the topic. Over to you, Toastmaster Axel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajneesh. That's an interesting take on this topic. And I believe that you have experienced quite a lot. So I think you are in the right position to counsel a lot of people on what they should be doing or how they should be aspiring for certain things in life. You have interesting takes. Thanks a lot. I next have Gulzar. Gulzar, are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Toastmaster from Tech Mahindra Infocity Club.
All right, glad to have you here. So you would be attempting the next table topic. And
yeah,
Toastmaster Gulzar.
Yeah.
The sound of silence. The sound of silence, Toastmaster Gulzar.
Thanks, Toastmaster Akshay. Can you repeat your topic again? Silence.
The sound of silence.
Sound of silence. Thanks for the topic. First, I am from a background where society not encourage studies, not encourage any activities for girls like that. But I have studied my schooling and I have joined my intermediate. Slowly, I learned in a way that I grow in a big position. I studied like that. Nobody knows I am studying, what I am studying, how much I am studying. But I continued my learning and I was increasing my knowledge. Slowly, I was increasing my knowledge, and success was there in my hand. Slowly, just we have to do our work, our efforts we have to give. After that, success will be in our hands. Slowly, success will can achieve not in a overnight, but is a process of many years of sacrifice, many years of learning, many years of hard work. I have done my studies, I have done my education, I have gone through my intermediate, graduation and post graduation. Slowly later on, the success in my hand. I am in a very big companies of IT companies. Now I'm in a position where all people can realize my success. Before that, people don't know what I am going to do. People never encouraged me to study. Just through my hard work, it became my success through silence. People can learn anything they from any people through not our studies, the people around us who are like our family members, our colleagues, while traveling in train, buses, we can learn anything from them. Then we can slowly implement in our lives those things, and we can achieve a career ahead, a beautiful life, and beautiful friends. That much. Thank you.
Thank you, Gulzar, for such a wonderful take. And your journey speaks for you. And there are a few elements that I believe would inspire everyone. Thank you very much. Next, we have Sukriti Tiwari. Sukriti, are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Sure, I'm Toastmaster Sukriti from SRMS Toastmasters.
All right, Toastmaster Sukriti. What makes you smile on a bad day? What makes you smile on a bad day, Toastmaster Sukriti?
without thinking much about it. I'm very sure that the thing which makes me smile is always after coming college, I see my mother and she's smiling. And at that time, my father also got back to home, and seeing both of them having tea, that's all which makes me smile. And yeah, seeing parents happy, that's the only thing which makes me smile every time. For example, I've been so exhausted for the whole day, and then when I see them chilling together, and that's the most happiest thing I feel. And it releases my whole tiredness, my exhaustion, and I started enjoying with them as well. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think we take our parents probably for granted most of the times, and in situations when we are having a tough time, we realize how precious they are and how they go about ensuring that we are doing well in life, we are enjoying. So thanks a lot. That's a nice take. Thank you. Next, we have Toastmaster Vidhi Singh. Toastmaster Vidhi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. Toastmaster Vidhi, would you rather be smart or happy, and why? Would you rather be smart or happy, and why? Toastmaster Vidhi.
Okay, greetings to everyone. I'm Toastmaster Vidhi from SRMS Toastmaster Club. For the table topic, I would say I would be happy rather than being smart, because I think that that when a person becomes happy, everything in their life becomes easy. They can handle any situation, whether it is a negative situation or a positive situation, with on a positive side, being happy. They don't get stressed. They don't get they don't get panic for handling a stress situation. If we are happy, then we can also be smart sometimes handling situations. Like if we are not stressed, and we are not stressed while any hand in any situation, so we can handle the situation with a smart mindset. There is a saying which is we should do smart work than hard work. So yeah, if we are not happy and we are stressed and we are thinking about the things, that how these things are going to happen or how that things are going to happen, so what's the point of being smart and doing being smart if we are smart but not doing the works happily with a smile on our face? Yeah, being happy also makes our life sheen, because sometimes at the very end of the day, after exhausted day, the only thing which I guess in my coming to me is like, if a person is ending a day with a smile on his or her face, there's nothing better than that. So yeah, over to Toastmaster Akshay.
I'm happy listening to that. Thank you, Toastmaster Vidhi. And I know that smiling and being happy is more important than being smarter. Thanks a lot. With that, I think we are done with all the table topic speakers, but there's one table topic speaker that is still left, and he's none other than our TMOD for today. So, TMOD Shobit, would you like to provide that last? Would you like to spice up our table topic session with one last topic? Are you ready?
Well, yeah, sure, sure. If the time and the topic permits, like I mentioned to you, I'll be happy to take one.
Yeah. Yes. So let's go ahead with one topic. Toastmaster
Thank you.
Shobit, mountains or beaches, where would you rather be? Mountains or beaches, where would you rather be? Toastmaster Shobit.
Well, thank you so much, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Akshat. That's definitely a very easy choice for me. I am always a mountain person. Why so? Why would I want to go to the lows of the seas and the depths of the seas when I can rise up and go to the summits of the mountains? They're not just destinations to feel rejuvenated and feel the warmth or feel the warmth of the sun and the snows around. It's also a mark of how you want to live your life. I would want to rise up higher, go up the altitude, and feel that empowerment of being the one who can really touch the summits of success. So for me, that's an easy choice. Apart from that, there are other benefits of going to the mountains as well. Number one is that you get the authentic momos to eat there. I know the people living in the mountains make the most authentic momos. We've heard of how they could be so delicious, but yet so not so nutritious here in the scalps of Delhi and the plain areas around. But I know the people up there make it authentic. So good amount of food over there, which is really mesmerizing for me. My taste buds are always longing for some good, authentic. And here's my son who would want to go to the mountains as well. So we're all up for a family get together in the upcoming months. We're going to go to the Kedarnath and the Badrinath mountains, bow our heads to the deities as well as have some good time over there because mountains is where my heart belongs. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shobit, for endorsing the mountains overseas. But I definitely know that because you have had experiences of sipping life, I believe you also have great experiences of sipping drinks. And therefore, we need to go to the beaches. Let's have a good offsite of Toastmasters somewhere on the beaches. Thanks a lot. And with that, we would like to wrap up this session of table topics. Toastmaster Smitha wants to make a comment. Yes, Toastmaster Smitha, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshat. With the contest season just round the corner, why don't you also take a topic?
All right.
Okay, Toastmaster Jatin, for the evaluations, and the topic for you is the journey more important than the destination? Is the journey more important than the destination? Toastmaster Akshat.
All right. How many of you actually don't feel that happiness continue for long when you have reached your destination? Just by raising your hands, tell me that this experience of reaching the destination is very short-lived. Yes, that's what I also feel, that the amount it takes to basically reach that destination is quite a lot. The efforts required is quite a lot. And yet when you reach the destination, you feel, just a second, just give me a second. Sorry, I was distracted by someone in the background. So the time and effort that it takes to basically go through the journey is what we all should relish. For instance, I did an MBA very late in career, and the joy of doing an MBA was actually very short-lived. But when I look back and retrospect on the journey that I undertook to do my MBA, that is full of ups and downs. And it gives me a lot of pleasure to talk about the downs than ups, because those downs help me realize how many a times I goof up, how many a times when I go with my cognitive mind, I end up making mistakes. And that's why what I feel is about journeys that make those journeys excellent. So to sum it up, I would like to say that the journey matters much more than reaching the destination. And therefore, all of you always focus on the journey at hand and don't think about the destinations. And because when you take up the journey, you would come across milestones that would make the journey perfect and enjoyable. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster Smita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshat. Well, I'm sure now it'll be over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Sure. Thank you. So I have this little one disturbing me once in a while. That's another sip that we have to take in our life, that no matter how focused you are, there will be distractions. And can you say hello to everyone?
Hello.
You say hello.
Hello.
And he says hello to everyone. And please come over to our house.
Hello.
Please come over to our house.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, everybody says hello to you. You can go and talk to mama. See, that's what life is. You will have interruptions, you'll have distractions, and no matter how good you want to be, there will be people pulling you down. That's when those sips of high are required. Those distractions from these, distractions or these pull downers from your life, that is really required. So I'd like to take this forward and ask you that high moment in your life when you sipped on something and you felt you are on the top of the world. How was the time when you felt that nobody can pull you down? I want to know from all of you here. I know most of you are leaders in your own capacity and you know how to take this forward. But yes, live on that moment. I heard this in a movie. It says that greatness, no matter how small, stays with you forever. I want to know that moment of greatness, that sip of a great drink that you had in your life that really took you forward. I would want to hear. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead and tell me your success stories. Tell me your moments when you felt you were on the top of the world and that drink made you feel a little high. Do I take Jatin as one of the volunteers here? Over to you, Jatin. I see a raise of hands. Is that a mistake or do you want to contribute?
Well, after seeing after listening straight from the horse's mouth from everybody, all the tabletop speakers, my question was regarding, or rather, my suggestion was regarding, should we have the polls meanwhile while we proceed with the meeting as well?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can go ahead with the polls. Please go ahead, Jatin.
Yeah. Okay.
I see a raise of hands from Toastmaster Smita as well. Ma'am, your high moment that made you feel that you were on the top of the world.
One such moment came to me. There have been quite a few by the grace of God. God has been kind to me to give me some very beautiful moments. But one very dear to me is when I hosted a ladies' meet of over 300 ladies. And it was almost like an impromptu meetup where we had lady wives of retired generals, chief of army staffs, and a whole lot of who's who of the army out there. And I was to host the meet. So the entire planning of the meet, which we were actually doing, we were planning for the meet 3 months in advance, but the whole program was scrapped a night before, and we were just told to go and be ourselves and host the meet. So standing up there on stage, conducting some quizzes or asking them for their some beautiful moments, but standing there for an hour on stage and holding the fort and seeing that the meeting itself and the entire event itself does not crumble was a beautiful, beautiful success story in my kitty. And it was lovely. I still get goosebumps when I think about that. The kind of people sitting there. I can still see myself in that red sari I was wearing. It was a mekhla chadar. I can see the scene. I can see every moment. Still, that was 2015. 10 years now.
Wow.
Still living.
Amazing. Now, these are those summits, those peak moments that stay with you forever. I'd like to hear some more stories, please. I am a story fanatic. Please give me more stories. Some moments when you really felt you were on the top of the world. We can have them from guest Lavanya, the other people from coming in from SRMS. They are still in their, forming years of your lives. People from SRMS, other maybe Kushagra. If there was a moment for you as well where you felt that, okay, finally I've overcome a great challenge, please go ahead and share that story with us. It will inspire us all. Anyone? Okay. Well, let me share my story in that case. It was the end of the graduation years. I was not placed. I was one of those black sheeps in the hordes of the millions of BTech pass outs that you would have every year, and I was not placed. You know, it came to my mind whether I've spent around 4 lakhs of my parents' money into total vain. And I thought, is it even worth pursuing anything forward? I had my aspirations towards MBA, but I had my own doubts about it as well. But then I thought, what if we can rise above the doubts and really prove something? I gave a few competitive examinations for MBA, couldn't really break through. CAT was a disaster. The other exams did not really work out, but one stood out for me. That was the Sri Ram College of Commerce examination for global business operations. It had 60 seats pan India, and I was hell bent on sort of cracking it. Well, as I'm not a math master, I didn't really do well in the all the technical aspect of mathematics and those kind of aspects. But yeah, I did really do well in the English part of it, the verbal and the English aspect of it. Luckily, I scored somewhere around out of 640, I nailed a 450 out of it. So I was there in the list of people who would go for a GD and a PI. How many of you went through a GD and a PI for their MBA? A quick raise of hands. At least that's something which we can have. Okay, we have Kushagra, we have Shad there, we have Lavanya there. So yeah, that GDPI phase, something I'm sure you guys would relate to. You know you've made it there, but yet not made it there because there's this big hurdle that you have to cross. And the day before the GDPI, I watched something known as the Pirates of the Silicon Valley. If you haven't watched it yet, do watch it out because it's a treatise on how Steve Jobs, pulled his company out of the big bully who he was back at the time, which was Bill Gates. So I did work it out, and somehow there was this manifestation that it'll work out well. My friends, my family, everybody supported me. Won't you believe that day the topic of GD was necessity is the mother of invention. And I harped on that topic. I talked about Steve Jobs. I talked about how he pulled himself out of where he was in terms of taking Apple. And he came back to the company after being dismissed from the same company a few years back. And we had people, symphonying in to my point of views, and I made it through the GD. The PI was again on the same topic because the panel found it interesting how I had swayed the whole GD in my own perspective and on my side. So they sort of grilled me on how do you know Steve Jobs and how it sort of really he is your inspiration. Believe you me, out of 60 seats, there were 120 people who were shortlisted. I was on the shortlist number of 112 when the written results came out. When the GDPI results came out, I was on the 64th pedestal. Now, that's just a miracle for me. A moment where I was right at the brink of being rejected to the moment where I really made it through. So those were the peaks. Those were the moments when you believe in yourself and you're able to sort of bring it out. And I hope and I know that there are stories out there where you did not believe it. You felt the odds were against you, but you made it through. Believe in those stories because there are many more to come. With that, let me hand over the stage to the beautiful lady on our panel today, which is the GE Toastmaster Smita Kotkar, who will take the proceedings over here and, like I said, shall build the backbone of this meeting, which is about evaluations. So over to you, Journal Evaluator Madam, Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit. What beautiful stories we have heard today, haven't we? Lovely takes, um, memories. We've all gone down memory lane and we've enjoyed. We've lived the moments with each other, and that is so beautiful. And now it's time for the evaluation section. I'm going to call my team forth one by one and help you all know how we fared today in this meet. So to begin with, let me first call the timer for the day. Toastmaster Archita. Toastmaster Archita, please come take center stage and let everybody know how they fared as far as the timing is concerned. May I
Hello,
request
good evening, everyone.
Great. Toastmaster Archita, I'll request Toastmaster Jatin or the co-host or the host to just spotlight her, please.
Sure. While I do that, I also have a request. Today we took a road that was that's generally not taken by doing a poll because there were so many speakers. There were 12 speakers actually. Not we could fit in only 10 people on the poll, but since our last two speakers were T-Mod and Table Topics Masters, we have excluded them from the poll itself. I hope they don't mind. They being seasoned Toastmasters and being good at their job. But the 10 people who are on the poll, instead of giving just the best table topic speaker, we have requested you to rank your top three so that we can now give three awards in today's meet, considering this is being a special joint meet with having so many table topic speakers. So please, since I've got only 4 votes till now, I request people to please poll for top three by selecting the top three from the list of 10. That being said, it's over to the timer for her report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin. I have just shared the whole report that who spoke for how many minutes. Here M denotes the minute and S is for seconds. So I'm not gonna read everyone's timing because we are already running out of time, I feel, and we are still left with lots of things in our meeting. So I just put it in the chat box, and we have only one disqualification. Guest Sukriti, she spoke for 50 seconds, but the qualifying time for table topics is 1 minute. So that's all. Thank you so much, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archita. I'll request everyone to give a warm round of applause to our timer for doing such a fabulous job. Believe you me, it is not easy keeping the time, and she's kept it there, explained her role, and done everything so beautifully. Thank you, Toastmaster Archita. Now it's time for the next person on my team, that is the R counter, to help us with the R's and ums that the speakers have made today. Toastmaster Punita, over to you.
So I could not capture much, but what I have captured is a few filler words and few fillers which are in Hindi. So first I'll go with some common filler words, which is R and ums. So there were two R's used by Toastmaster Shobit. Toastmaster Jatin has used once. Toastmaster Asank has used and once each. Toastmaster Hirsch has used twice. Guest Lavanya has used once. And talking about the filler word in Hindi, the word to was used by Toastmaster Shobit. Word na was used by Toastmaster Hirsch. And word to was also used by Toastmaster Archita. So this is all about my report. Back
Thank you,
to
Toastmaster
General
Punita.
Evaluation. Yes.
Thank you so much for your keen ears and kind attention. Well, believe me, it's definitely a task in itself, noting down, hearing so patiently. I hope everybody will be benefited in their fluency and confidence, one word at a time. Now it's time for the grammarian of the day, that is Toastmaster Suraj, to take center stage and present his report. Toastmaster Suraj, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And once again, very wonderful good evening to everyone here. I will just take a seconds to share my screen, and then the report will be in front of all of you. And it was great having sorry, having you people. I mean, Toastmaster of the day, starting with Toastmaster Shobit Singer. You used so many fantastic words and also some of the sentences. For example, utter, which means to speak something clearly. Think on your feet. It means when we speak something spontaneously or impromptu. And span means duration. Pull up your socks means when we put in efforts to improve something. Sip of life. So basically it means anything that is enjoyable, and that can be anything. For example, a sip of coffee or tea. You also used a collocation called fun and frolic. It means when we enjoy indulging in a very simple, enjoyable activities, that is called fun and frolic. Without further ado means without any delay. Next one was greatness, no matter how small or I can say brief, stays with you. So this is something which we all can carry with all of us, I mean, along with us. Next one is necessity is the mother of invention. Again, a great lesson and sentence. Later on, we have great uses from our general evaluator and tag team. That is fuel our growth, means something that can enhance our growth. Endeavor means effort. Cantor means outline or shape of something. We had also great uses of Toastmaster, table topic master. He also used utter. He also used types of coffee and shared a story which was quite relatable with me also. So I don't take much time, explaining that story. He used FOMO and ZOMO for your kind information. Uh, this is feeling of missing out, and JOMO means joy of missing out. A spice of mist to make something more interesting. He also used endorse, which means to support an idea. It's another meaning is to sign to sign on the back of any dossiers or document. We had and these are receptive. It means willing to accept new idea or suggestion. One of our post table topic speaker used showing up leads to further progress, which I think that this is one of the greatest takeaway which we all and means to speak loudly in a very, very annoying or angry way. Next one is resemble. It means to look alike. I can say to look similar. Next one is rejuvenate, which means to make someone or something younger. And then we have retrospect, which means when we review any past event, that is called retrospect. Moving forward, I would say areas of improvement. Obviously, I could take out just a simple use that there was a story which was being explained in a past sentences, and there he used I find, and I think he could have used I found out something. And moving forward, I didn't find any wrong uses in article and preposition or plural uses agreement. Next one is I could see people using sheen. Uh, sheen was used twice by Toastmaster Smita and Toastmaster Shobit, and straight from the horse's mouth too was used by guest Abhinandan once, and then twice by Toastmaster Smita. And Toastmaster Shobit too used this phrase of the day twice. And moving further, no. So I'm done with the report, and thank you so much for using the word of the day and phrase of the day. And with this, I hope this evaluation would have worked like a machine, and you must have heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Back to general evaluator. I will share my report in the chat box too.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj. Well, definitely it was from the horse's mouth. You're the grammarian and the guardian of the language here today in our meet. So thank you so much. You gave us structure. You were mindful of the vocabulary, helping people dabble with the word of the day. So much. You spent time noting down. I'm sure your observations are definitely going to enrich our language. Thank you so much for taking the role. Now, the next member on my team is going to test you, my dear friends, and that is the active listener, Toastmaster Ajanta. Ajanta, Toastmaster Ajanta, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smita. So I have a lot of questions today. Now, my first question is, in which language Timot, Shobit, and Kushagra were interacting?
Germany.
German.
Language.
German.
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 Okay. Uh, which soft drink did TM Smita added to the cake they baked?
Fanta.
Yeah. Who was that?
Sukriti Tiwari. Toastmaster.
Okay. And there was a word, melancholy. Who used this word while speaking?
Mm.
Master Soviet.
Yes. Mm. And how many years it took Toastmaster Jatin to raise hand for table topic? Table topic.
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Yes. What Sari TM Smita talked about while she was sharing some anecdote?
They remember?
Anyone?
Please repeat the
Hi.
question. I'm able to listen
What
that.
while TM Smita was sharing some story, so she talked about one sari she wore. What sari was that? Name of that sari? Anyone?
Kanjivaram silk.
No, but it is a silk, pure silk sari, and it is from Assam.
And that's a difficult one because people not heard of it, so they would be
Assamese
able to
silk.
recollect.
The name of the sari. So I'll tell it, the name is Mekhala Chadar.
Acha, okay.
It's a silk sari, but it is wore a bit differently. So it has some that petticoat kind of thing, which is very long, and then you have to wear it first, and then dupatta is there. Then you have to carry it. Like it is very beautiful. And so the table topic master Akshat gave the topic "The Road Not Taken" to TM Rajneesh, and he told about the writer of the poem. So, can anyone tell who was the writer?
Williams Wordsworth,
William
he
Wordsworth.
mentioned.
Yeah,
He mentioned
Williams.
Williams Wordsworth.
He mentioned William Wordsworth, but it is wrong. Robert Frost is the
Robert
right answer.
Frost is the right answer.
Okay.
And how many seconds TM Harsh gave his first table topic speech?
47 seconds.
TM Harsh, you know.
पहले बता था.
2
Okay.
minutes 40 seconds.
Who said success is not achieved overnight? In today's speech. Anyone? So no one is
When
saying.
journey, Akshat,
Toastmaster Akshat.
No,
Akshat,
no.
because he was talking about journey and all.
No, it was said by TM Gulzar. And finally, one last question. So, which car brand name did TM Akshat took while conversing?
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
So I'm done with the
Perfect.
questions. And I think TM Harsh and TM Punita gave most of the correct answers. I did not keep the count, but it felt like that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Toastmaster
Thank
Janta.
you.
You really tested everyone. And that means you yourself have been such a keen listener. Congratulations to all the ones who managed to answer. And I'm sure we will do better with our listening skills next time. Now, on my list is the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Jatin. Over to you, Toastmaster Jatin, to evaluate all the speakers. And kindly spotlight yourselves. And I think you are the host for the meeting today. Or Toastmaster Archita, can you spotlight him, please? Toastmaster Jatin, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me?
I can. Sorry, I was just busy editing the table topics poll because it seems a lot many people were not able to view the poll, and the poll, the way it was coming, was really complex. So I had to switch it back to single choice, and I'll launch the poll again. And I'll request everyone to vote for the best table topic speakers, and we'll just pick the top 3 based on people's vote.
Okay.
Please let me know if you're able to see the poll.
Yes, I'm able to see. That means I hope everybody else is also able to see. I'll give 10 seconds for you all to vote, and then we will have the table topic evaluations by the table topic evaluator. I hope everybody has voted. Toastmaster Jatin, have you received
I just all but
responses to the poll?
all but 3.
Whoever has got the maximum can be taken first, and then in order we can have first, second, and third, right?
All right. Yep. Thank you. So I would request everyone to bear with me for a few more minutes, considering that we had 10 speakers, or rather 12 speakers, of which 10 were there on the poll. Excuse me for the last 2 again. But like I said at the very beginning, that
Are you doing the evaluations right now, or are you waiting for the results, or you preparing the certificates?
I think Archita would be preparing the certificates. I'll just proceed with the evaluation.
Okay, wonderful, great. So I'll request you to come on spotlight then,
Okay.
so that everybody can see you properly. Yes, I believe there is no co-host also, or if you make me the co-host now, then I'll be able to do these things.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Over to you for the table topic evaluations.
All right. Thank you. So thank you everyone for those wonderful speeches, which Toastmaster, our tabletop master Akshat triggered by those really insightful cues that he gave to each and every one of the speakers, and the enthusiasm in the room was very palpable. Considering that we had 12 speakers, please, my evaluation would not go into detail with for each and every one of the speakers, but I'll like to give some generic feedback and then try to highlight the key points for each of the speakers. So like I said at the very beginning, for me, and Akshat highlighted as well, a table topic speech is exactly what it is, a mini speech, which is 1 to 2.5 minutes, if you want to use the extra 30 seconds. And what I've learned is it's supposed to have those 3 C's, just like any other message speech that you would want to convey to the audience. Concern for the audience, the message that you're trying to convey, it really is of use to them or not. And whether with the second C, the credibility, whether you've given an example or an evidence for that, whether you're really providing an evidence of what reasoning that you're putting it forward to for that conveying that message. But then lastly, conviction. How do you put forward your message speaks a lot about how well do you think you're behind your message itself. And that can be through your voice, through your body language, or the way you interact with the audience itself. That being said, let's start with our first speaker, who is Asank, who had a very delightful, or rather a heavy day, and he went on to take a topic. He did sort of start on how does it go about, how does the topic relate to that. His topic was about the magic of ordinary days, and today being a special day for him, how did he does he don't normally deal with it? He mentioned it clearly. The way on his way, he sort of clarified the topic because it was maybe lost out on it, which what was a trend that I saw in many of the speakers. So I would suggest one thing which I learned from one of the really good speakers in our district, Toastmaster distinguished Toastmaster Ayan, who says that every time a topic is given to you, or rather to the speaker, how many times do you get to listen to the topic is only once. You have only once to listen to topic, even if the top in the traditional uh, Toastmaster setting, the topic is repeated twice. You still have to listen it only once, process it, and take your time to process it. You still have 10 seconds, even in a contest scenario, you have 10 seconds to really think about it before starting to talk about it. So that's something that if people can do, especially people who had to sort of clarify the topic, that need for clarifying would go away. But even if you do, that's not something wrong to do. It's always good to clarify what do you really want to talk about, what have to talk about, and sticking to the topic really engages the audience, keeps it them tuned. Abhinandan, that's what the second suggestion was regarding the Abhinandan, which he asked for 30 seconds after starting with the speech, which would have been avoided if you could just take in the topic to listen to it, process it, and then start speaking. For Kushagra, the examples were really good. I like the examples where his topic was the beauty of waiting. So without any uh, sort of wait, you directly jump into the examples that you had for considering how one should wait and how that is really useful. Your key message, what I felt, was building character, because waiting builds character. What I wanted to know was how did a particular instance build character for you, or how can it help the audience build character? That if you could dwell upon it more, because that was your key message, and give other than the few sort of funny, some light examples at the very beginning, if you get to really build around your story around what is that your key message, which is building character, what is that single instance that really helps build character, and that would have given examples to audience, so they can follow that as well, they can imbibe it in their own life. Harsh, a really good speaker. I think he just dropped out, or is he there? Okay, he just got dropped out. So he has a good story. He stood up and talked. So he had really he wanted to convey the message empathetically. He had a good start. What I really sort of his topic was why I love being misunderstood. And I sort of misunderstood what his topic was towards the end because of the quote that he mentioned it, which had got nothing to do with his topic itself. So I was certainly lost as to what exactly his topic was, because his summary, he mentioned everything, he mentioned the story, and then at the end, his topic was about being taking a good start and everything. If you could emphasize, yes, the story is okay, but if you could emphasize and connect it back to the topic, that would have been really helpful. Lavanya is here a very good take on, I think, very first attempt, where she said it was, why should we show up? And as she show up to this table, to this Toastmasters meeting and participate in table topics, where her talk was very calm, very soothing, very swift flowing. The only suggestion that I had was you should always talk with the audience and don't go into a narration mode where you're talking to the audience, where you're saying, oh, what we should do this, we feel this way, and then say, if you do this, or if they do this, this will like that. Focus on what you have done, focus on how you can relate to the topic, and see if people can connect to it, and then give your example of how you can build upon it, rather than saying that you should be doing this or they should be doing that, which sort of gives you a feeling of you giving more gyan rather than be conveying what you're trying to say. Ajanta, uh, the power of the way she speaks is itself shows that she believes in kindness, and the way with the way, initially depicting her stand is that yes, the kindness is good, and then saying that, oh, a story that I can think of. Why do you have to give that or we have to give the audience a feeling of, yes, you are searching for something or you're looking out for something, rather than just go with the flow. Don't make them feel that you suddenly brought this rabbit out of the hat and came up with this story on the spot. Instead, even if you do remember something, don't have to say it aloud, because that's the beauty of table topics. Everybody knows that you're thinking on the spot, thinking on your feet. So convey your message, bring out the story that comes to your mind, right? But do not try to say, oh, this is what I just remembered, or this is what I can think of right now. Your story was apt. It was about kindness, how instead of being rude, you should have been kind. The summary, what I would have really liked was, in the summary, you could have also given a positive tune to it as to how being kind, how not being rude really strengthen your relationship or helped you build your character further. Or that's what the tone that you now follow up in your interactions with anybody. And that sort of really would have enhanced your speech. Rajneesh, a road not taken. Three choices that you went forward with, depicting each and every choice on why this was what it is, and then finally why the last one was important. The parts to improve: one, you did not remember who was the author of the particular poem was, and you sort of said it is, and that what listener also pointed out, that the author was somebody different. So that sort of dilutes when you start with a wrong message at the very beginning. So avoid that. If you don't remember it, don't really mention it. And towards the end, because you took so much time in your story, you had a good story, but the emphasis on the conclusion was missing, in the sense that what really would have helped, or the job that you took, how did it really enhance your status? How did you how's that road not road that you chose finally really can helps you build further your career, and is helping you right now as well, is what I felt was should have been emphasized more. Gulzar is not there in the room, but her sound of silence was resounding, was very, because she jumped in the story right away. And then she said, they talked about why she was not from a background where it was not from a challenging background, and how her accolades, her effort in attaining a good education really helped build that status that she is in, and now that status itself speaks for itself, rather than some words or whatever that could be had been said. The silence that she pursued with in what she wanted to attain by getting good education and being where she's in life really speaks out. The part that sort of could have been avoided is the additional examples that she tried to give at the very end, where you could learn from friends and you could do this, you could do that, which was sort of it started after the red flag and went away, took the message away from, sort of diluted the whole message, which was going very well until then. Instead of just bolstering the impact that she had already created by giving her own story, she could have just built upon that and concluded right there and then itself. That would have been really helpful. Sukriti spoke less, very precise message, only 50 seconds. I would suggest you to encourage you to speak a bit more. 1 minute is the time limit, minimum time limit that one should qualify for or target for. And then what makes you smile? I think as soon as you heard the topic and you thought of your mother, the smile was already evident on your face. And that sort of told us that you really believe in what you're saying. The conviction was really there. And you also talked about how your parents interacted and things like that. The part that I would, like I said, I would like you to add to that speech is, what was, especially it was, I think, if I'm not wrong, what makes you smile on a big day or a bad day? A bad day, right? That was it. That was what the topic for. When does that really happen? What is the given instance of a bad day that you faced, and how did your interaction with your parents really made it better, made it sweet, made it what you are, made it make you feel what you are feeling right now, or what you're conveying to us right now? But a message was well received, I think, with the audience as well, and both table topics master, I think table topics master already had committed on that. Vidhi taking a stand, saying that yes, if you're happy, I think that if I'm not wrong, that's what's your topic. Would you rather be smart or happy? That you would rather be happy, because that would help you handle all situations. Good way to convey, think that put a stand up for it. But right, like I said, the credibility aspect, Give an example. When did really happen that it was being happy really helped you in your particular work, help you being smart, or help you what you could achieve? I would have taken it a different way saying that I would rather be smart, and if I'm smart, I would want to be happy in whatever I do, because in life, not always things are not always hunky dory. You get challenges, which make you sad, which make you going to feel different kind of emotions. But the idea of being smart is to how do you handle those situations, how do you work around them in order to always try to remain happy, enjoy what you're doing. That was what have been my take. But you took it the other way around. The content is the stand is not wrong, but the way you have to bolster it with the example to make it credible is really good. Shobit, mountains or beaches? The the topic itself went to a summit wherein you had such wonderful take on why did you want to go to mountains. You had humor engrossed in there. You utilized the interruption that you had to even make it further and say, okay, we would like to go to on a holiday. So that sort of was an example of why you would really do what you're saying rather than just talking about because you for the sake of saying, because mountains relate to peaks and peaks related to success. So rather than doing that, you also saying, yes, this is why I like mountains and I'm actually going to mountains. So job well done there. uh, Akshat, is journey more important than the destination? The journey, you had your own stance, you asked the question, you engaged the audience, you had an interruption, you handled it very well. And then you mentioned it's just the goof ups and things like that that really make it memorable, make your journey memorable. That I was looking for the example of what did goof up have you had, and I was thinking, okay, maybe the goof up that happened right now, the interruption could have been an example right there and then itself. That this is journey of being a good table topic speaker, and how want to be a good table speaker, and the ability to handle such interruptions is really making good things. So that you could utilize that to your advantage, because otherwise they think the message was there, the evidence was missing, is what I felt. That being said, I think I have spoken a lot. I would like to hand over back the stage. I hope this was helpful, and I'd like to hand the stage back to our general evaluator, our club mom, Smita Kotkar. Over to you, madam. I think she's occupied, so I get to speak a little bit more. Okay.
I would love for you to continue taking the stage for just a minute because there's a doorbell and there's no one else in the house. I'll just come back in a second.
No worries, Smita ma'am. Let me take it up from here. I'll give it back to you. You know what we say in Toastmasters is that feedback is the breakfast of the champions. Let me literally put it down for Toastmaster Jatin, who's had feedback for his breakfast today, and a pretty long one. I know he's just woken up and he's had his share of breakfast in terms of giving evaluation and feedback. How do you feel about this, Toastmaster Jatin?
Well, this breakfast, there's another thing that I'd like to add always is, as Toastmasters, we feed on feedback. And I am definitely one to do that, not only by receiving, but also in giving. I love giving feedback too, especially if evaluation somehow I may not be the best at doing that, but I love doing that because it really helps me look at different aspects of things and improve upon it, that give me a different perspective of how wonderful these speakers are, and still I am able to find out something that is really helpful that could bring their speeches to the next level, and hopefully then I can incorporate those in mine as well whenever I'm able to. That being said, I think our general writer is now available, and she can take the stage back to you, Shobit, to hand over to her.
Sure, definitely. And I leave you with your cereal of your bowl of cereals. You can put yourself to a hearty breakfast, the real one this time. Over to you, Toastmaster Smita, for taking this forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, for stepping in and holding the fort. And he's already spoken about Toastmaster Jatin and the evaluations, and I'm so glad that you did this, Toastmaster Shobit. Today was a day of train your tongue here in Toastmasters community, and especially in our club, in our meet. And these meetings have a sheen of their own. They say the best speakers aren't the one with the perfect speeches. They are the ones who are, they're the ones where you can hold the fort and you can handle imperfect moments gracefully. That is exactly what people were doing here today. And the aim of a Toastmasters meet is, is to enhance your communication skill. And what is communications? At the end of the day, the meaning of communication is in the effect that it creates. Are you able to put your message across to the other person in a manner in which it is meant to be? Whether it's through your words, whether it is through your expressions, whether it is the way you pause and just speak through your eyes at times. Are you conveying what you want to convey? And here in a Toastmasters meet, that is exactly what we practice so that when we go out in the real world, there you can actually shine and you can just sparkle and just take everyone in your flow. So today we had our role players and they did their wonderful take. And each of them did a wonderful job. We had Toastmaster Jatin. I think he was the only one I had to give my comments on, but Toastmaster Shobit did the right thing. He actually spoke what I would want to. And I've yet to come across somebody who puts his heart and soul into evaluations and especially evaluating the table topic speakers. So thanks to my team, my tag team, the active listener whom I've already spoken about, and my evaluator, Toastmaster Jatin. Now coming back to the meeting itself. A joint collaboration between two Toastmaster clubs, a welcome effort on both the clubs to come together for the special meet, and we're looking forward to more such meets with Toastmaster Shobit. The Sergeant at Arms, is he there in the meeting, Toastmaster Suraj? The Sergeant at Arms began with a story. He's very enthusiastic. I would like to, this is not just for Toastmaster Suraj, but for everybody who takes up this role. We begin with the Sergeant at Arms, and he is the flag bearer, or she is the flag bearer. Begin with enthusiasm, say, hello everyone, welcome to today's Toastmasters meet. And whoever is also sleeping will suddenly pick up, oh, the meeting has begun. So you begin with that enthusiasm, that dose of energy, and you put energy in everything. So the Sergeant at Arms is responsible for that big injection of energy. And that is how I would love for him to do the next time. And then, of course, you can go over to the stories or anecdotes or anything is there. Another good practice is to encourage everyone to switch on their cameras, ask them to give yourself a warm round of applause for being here, compliment everybody, say something to each other, put something in the chat box, any ways for you to get the meeting going and have everybody participate. And now when you have everybody there, then of course other role players come and take up, so and so forth. Then we had the president coming in, Toastmaster Archita, very sweetly explaining about the meeting, and then of course introducing everyone warmly, very nicely done, Toastmaster Archita. Toastmaster Shobit Singhal, from the summits to introducing everyone, so warm with cheers. I actually had to send my son and get me something. He said, what do I put? I said, pani le. I mean, that is water. I mean, you get that only, but I need a mug. I need something here. But cheers now, though it's late for everyone, but cheers. So beautifully conducted, and you actually navigated the way Toastmaster of the Day is supposed to be, a navigator, taking everybody and including everyone. You were mindful of holding on, speaking, noticing who's doing what, and you were looking into the camera and pinpointing and talking. And that showed how you were actually present in the room. It was not just a role that you took, but you were there steering the entire meeting. Beautifully done, Toastmaster Shobit. Something you can really, really learn from him. Thank you so much. And then, of course, we had the table topics master. Wow, wonderful topics. And each one, I mean, when I saw Toastmaster Harsh's topic, something about being misunderstood, I was wondering why I love being misunderstood. I was wondering, is the topic itself being misunderstood? But I mean, every topic had a different take and a different warmth to it. Thank you so much. Very innovative Toastmaster Akshat. He's a master storyteller, and he always comes. We love his table topic sections. And the wonderful thing that Toastmaster Akshat also did was that after every speaker's point of view, he too had a little point of view. He had a point of view of his own. And he was taking instances from the speaker. That is the role of a table topic master. It is not just to come and dish out topics, but to listen to what the person is there. Truly speaking, he is playing the role of the active listener during that time, and then offer his suggestions or his take and hold the fort for newcomers, encourage them in case they stop speaking in between, to tell them, why don't you go on? It was so wonderful what you were doing. Encourage new speakers. All of it is done by the table topic master at that time. So beautifully done. One thing that can be added is, since the timer is introduced quite some time back. Today, yes, we only had table topic speeches, but when you have prepared speeches also, it's a good practice to have the table topic master tell about the timer cards once again, and if possible, uh, have the timer also, speak to the timer beforehand and have the timer display the timer cards once again, so that the newcomers, the guests know, okay, 1 minute minimum time taken. I have to speak for 1 minute. Green card is a signal for me when I'm safe. Thank God. I've spoken and I can be counted in the poll. So small things go a long way in motivating speakers. So a lovely meet. I hope I've not missed out anyone. The speakers were taken care of by the table topic evaluator, and he himself was taken care of by Toastmaster of the day. So nothing much to add there, except that a wonderful evaluator himself is a speaker. And he himself at that time is also delivering a speech. So being mindful of how you deliver your evaluation is so important. And today it was exemplified the way it is to be done by Toastmaster Jatin. And I'm sure we will take pointers. The speech evaluators too will take pointers on how to deliver evaluations from him. With that, I think I will end my evaluation section and I will hand the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shobit. Over to you, Toastmaster Shobit. Okay, so the Eagle Eye role player polls are on the screen for everyone to vote. And in the meantime, Toastmaster Shobit will take center stage. Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita. Little do people know that she's my mentor as well. She's been in so many mentor roles, and she's been the flag bearer for Toastmasters. It's always a pleasure to listen to Toastmaster Smita. Thank you so much for that detailed evaluation. We all learn from it, and we all strive to make it better for ourselves. Is the polls on, Toastmaster Jatin? Can you confirm on that? Because I'm not able to see it. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, didn't get a question.
Are the polls on right now?
Yes, right now we have the Eagle Eye role player.
Perfect. Great. So by the time that is happening, let me ask people, what is that? That the grammarian pointed out, there's a term that I use, melancholy. How many of you remember that term? How many of you remember the meaning of that term? And if you've experienced that in your lives, any raise of hands on that? What does melancholy mean? And how would you relate it to your lives? Anyone? Yeah, Toastmaster Smita. And Toastmaster Akshat, I'll come to you. Start with Toastmaster Smita, please. Yes, over to you.
In my life, melancholy has been like a song, truthfully speaking. Being married in the army, my husband being an army officer, traveling places, there have been times when I have had to do a lot on my own with no one to speak to, speak out to, keep a lot within me because of the surroundings, because of movements. So melancholy has been a constant companion to me. It's been like a friend to me also at times. That being said, it's also a time in everybody's life when she comes or he comes as a friend. And there's also a time when you need to bid goodbye to it. If it stays longer than the time required, like any other guest who stays for more than 3 days, it begins to stink. And the stink of melancholy, if it stays longer, it can take you down. So it's a beautiful thing also at time because it brings you in touch with what you are inside of you. Are you going through that? It gives you a time to introspect. It gives you a chance to speak up. It gives you a chance to, it pushes you to be yourself if you can take up that courage to be yourself. So that's how melancholy has been with me in my life.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, please go ahead. So I'm sorry, but you were finished.
no, I was just saying that there are times when I've tried to let it go and it refuses to go. So those struggles are also there. But the sooner you make, you make a pact with it, that you will come, but you will stay for only a little while. So
Yeah.
that's how it should be. Thank you so much, Master
True.
Shobit.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Smita. I mean, let me put an analogy to it. I don't know. I mean, we're all adults here, and I don't really see too many students now here from SRMS. They've all dropped out. So I can safely say this. I think that melancholy is like that sip of a niche. What do you say? The sip of that um, probably a Scotch wine or a Scotch whiskey in that sense. It sort of blends in with that mood. If you're trying to rejoice, it'll be there. A couple of sips for a Scotch in a time where you're not so feeling happy about it as well, it will stay there. But you cannot linger onto it for too long, as Toastmaster Smita mentioned. It's just for there to make you introspect, think about those moments, maybe blatter out a few moments that you have with your close ones, maybe your peers, your friends, and then have your learnings and move ahead. Yeah. So I'll move on to Toastmaster Akshat. Please go ahead and share your story of melancholy. I'll be happy to hear that.
So my memories of melancholy is actually not melancholic because these were some words that were introduced to us by our class 10th English teacher, Miss Chatterjee. So everyone from my batch, whenever they write today, and they use the same vocabulary, is that when I realized that these are the people from my batch. So the very first memories of melancholy, we were surprised, we were amused, and we felt funny listening the pronunciation. And we said, "Hey, this sounds so much like Chipkali." So that's the exact, that's the exact, memories of melancholy. Having said that, and we also felt, why is there a need to introduce this word when you can say that someone is sad? But I do understand that different words have different contexts. And having said that, I think there are personalities who more often than not feel melancholic. And some people you will find, always are in a pensive mood. They are not they don't appear to sound very lively. I don't know for whatever strategic reasons, but basically there are personality types who would want to be melancholic at times. So I think it's a behavior that you would find in many people. That was about melancholy. Thank you.
Definitely. No, no, definitely. It's a very right pointed function, like I was mentioning earlier as well. Melancholy is more about being self-reflected, probably. You wanna focus more on yourself, and you wanna discover yourself. That is where melancholy is. And as rightly put by Toastmaster Akshay, a lot of people put it in a very sadistic or a in a way where people are very sad about it. Probably at this juncture right now, we are about to end this meeting. Would you feel melancholic? Yes, but would you feel sad? No. It's about being hopeful. It's about experiencing and hoping for a next meeting coming together, and we all chipping in with our roles, with our inputs, and the way we want to sip high on life. Melancholy is one of the ingredients when you want to be high on life, and with all the other ingredients, be it joy, laughter, a lot of faith. I think melancholy is one of the aspects where you really just need to think back and think and retrospect and get to a point where you really want to progress ahead, but you can't progress ahead before looking at what you've left behind. And that's where a bit of melancholy will be there, because not always would you find your past to be so melodramatic and so positive in the sense, right? There are always learning. So melancholy is all about being a better person, being somebody who's learned more from their past than be regretful about it. With that, I would want to transfer the stage to our president for the club, Toastmaster Rachita, to bring it to a closure. I hope it was a good meeting. I would like to send out kudos to people around who joined in, at such a short notice, if not anything else. We were out there at around 2:30, sending out notifications for this meeting today. We had so many people joining in. I hope it was worth their while to attend this meeting. And we have the Lionheart role player, with the top one being the TMOD or the TTM, the TTE, which is the table topic evaluator, and last but not the least, the journal evaluator, Toastmaster Smita. Over to you, Toastmaster Archita, for taking it to a conclusion. Thank you so much for having me. I hope it was worth your while. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobit, for conducting today's whole session like doing a commentary in IPL. You sound like you are doing a like you throughout the meeting. I didn't get bored, and I was like just enjoying the whole meeting. And you literally sounds like you are doing a commentary in IPL with your Toastmasters team. So it's a wonderful meeting, I must say, and thank you so much for conducting it. Now let me just give me just 2 minutes to prepare the certificates. Till then, I would like someone to please come on stage and Toastmaster Smita, please take over the stage from me and just talk to the guests for a while and take the feedback. I will be there with the certificates in 1 to 2 minutes.
Sure, Toastmaster Archita, I'll do it.
We can have most melancholic stories if you wish, Toastmaster Smita. We had it from you and Toastmaster Rakshit, but we have Toastmaster, the guest Kushagra and other Toastmasters and guests as well. There are always those moments where we can feel a bit laid back, but we still feel motivated. Just a suggestion for you. I hope if it's okay for you.
Sure, why not? Let's continue with it. Toastmaster Kushagra.
Well, I just had one suggestion, one more. Why not? I think Shobit mentioned that once the meeting is over, we would feel melancholy, or we'll be melancholic. But so what exactly is the aspect of this meeting that will make you feel that way? Is I would like to ask, especially the guests.
Kushagra.
Toastmaster Smita, I think there was never a melancholic moment for me, because on one side I have to, let's say, take care of my daughter who is like still she's 2. I have to look around, and then on the other hand of side I was trying to improve my listening skills on as well. So I felt it quite good. The good part of the meeting was that there are so many aspects of speaking, and we are, let's say, not only although I thought that this Toastmaster club is from Lucknow, but seeing the people from all walks of life, it's not all about locations, but it's all also about let's say different experience people bring it was quite let's say refreshing, and also it's quite a learning experience for me. I'm mostly being from a English speaker to a German speaker, and then again I need to, let's say, switch back to English, and see so many, let's say, speakers who speak, let's say, like a song. So it was quite good, and also I think I would be more looking forward to get a feedback in my speaking, how to make my speaking more structured. So I'm very much looking forward for my next meetings.
That's beautiful. And we would love for you to attend the meetings as well. And I was blown away when I heard you and Toastmaster Shobit suddenly break out into, a conversation in German. And we were wondering, what is it that you were actually speaking about? And would you like to enlighten us? What is it that what was that little 2, 3 sentences of conversation that were there between the two of you at that time? So Jatin is raising his hand. I think you understood, Jatin. Did you understand?
No, I'm just taking a crack at it, and then I would like Kushagra to confirm if that's what it is.
Oh.
So,
so go on, guess. What do you think they were actually talking about?
I think the sentence that Shobit repeated to at least a couple of times definitely was that I speak a little bit of German, right? And obviously he mentioned that I have completed till level B1, I believe is what is the level for B2. Yeah. Oh, nice.
B2.
Yeah. Those are the two sentences that I got.
Yeah, you got that right. Bezwei is what you call it in German. Bezwei. I hope that's the correct pronunciation to Kushagra.
Yeah, ganz genau. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. I thought when you said you will take a crack at it, you would actually take a crack at it, because today we had a lot of cheering to do. We had cheers, we had so much to do. I was wondering you would actually think of something. So now you're still raising your hands. Okay.
I was just saying, because that's the thing. I learned a little bit of Spanish, and whenever I find a person who speaks Spanish, that's the only sentence that I can speak to. Yo hablo solo un poco español. So it's like I speak a little bit of Spanish, and then that's the sentence that you learn.
All I can do is Spanish is count. And that too I learned when I used to show Dora the Explorer to my little kiddo. Okay, who can go with me? Un, dos, tres, cuadros, pentos, cinco, six.
Even Ricky Martin taught us that. Un, dos, tres.
That is how I learned 1, 2, 3 in Spanish.
But 1, 2, 3. But then cuadros, cincos, what a 7, 8, 9, 10, I've forgotten. But I remember I had it by heart when my kiddo was doing, when he used to love watching Dora the Explorer. Okay, I think the timer, the president is back. And when she switched on her camera, I think she also has the results with her. We still have Sushant here in the room. Aksankya is still there. And Sushant, would you like to switch on your camera or give us a feedback? Tell us where you've joined. How did you like the meeting? We would love to have a conversation with you if you are still here in the meeting. Well, then we'll request you to join us back another time when you can for us to have a chit chat. So over to you, Toastmaster Archita, for the results.
Well, FYI, Toastmaster Athang is totally asleep. He won't be able to request or respond to your calls. Just FYI.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita and Toastmaster Shobit and Toastmaster Jatin, everyone who just took care of the timing and spoke your hearts out. And yes, I wanted to mention one thing. All you were doing in the last 2 to 3 minutes, we people who are not getting anything, we didn't even get an idea what you guys are speaking for a while. And no problem. I think if everyone is interested, we can open one more club meeting where we will just talk about these different languages in German or Spanish. We can discuss all that. Okay, so coming on the point, let me just share the certificates. I hope it is visible to all of you.
Yes, it is now.
Okay, so we have 3 winners for table topics today because we have lots of speakers, 12 speakers. So we have first, second, and third. So let me just quickly share it. So the first place winner is guest Kushagra Mishra for our today's table topic. Many congratulations, guest Kushag. Can we have you on camera? Yeah.
I think it's a positive experience, a positive. I'm quite surprised with the feedback here because I think I need to still work on a lot of feedbacks. So yeah, thank you for this. It's motivating.
Many congratulations, Toastmaster Kushag, Toastmaster guest Kushag. The second place winner we have is Toastmaster Ajanta Maurya. I think she is not here in the meeting. Yeah, she is not here. And the third place winner is guest Lavanya Bhatt. She also dropped out in between. Again, she is not here present in the meeting. Moving on to the next role player. We have
Excuse me, Toastmaster. Excuse me, Toastmaster Achita. Can you show Ajanta's certificate once again? I was clicking pictures.
Yes.
I just not done hers. The first and the third are done. Okay, done now. Thank you.
So the best eagle eye role player is Toastmaster Suraj and Toastmaster Ajanta. It's a tie between both of them. So many congratulations to both. And lastly, the best Lionheart role players. Any guesses for this role? Anyone? Okay, let me just announce quickly. We have Toastmaster Shobit Singhal as best Lionheart role player. Many congratulations, Toastmaster Shobit, for conducting our today's Toastmasters IPL.
Well, thank you so much. I was surprised to see there were no bidders for it, but yeah, I'm happy to be a contributor to the whole meeting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archita, for having me for this meeting. Thank you so much.
So here we all are at the end of today's meeting, and it's a lot over time today, but we all enjoyed, I think, throughout the meeting. And that's all from my side. And I officially end the meeting here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.